participants who are joining in today's session. My name is Tanya Gupta and I am a chartered accountant by profession. So I welcome you once again on this version 2 of Future of CA Practice in this series, in this live series on Future of CA Practice. And so as I say, hope everything is fine at your end. Though things have started to open up, and gradually, COVID cases were becoming a little. Its impact, their impact was coming a little slower, but due to the new variant, things again have started to come up and everything. So please take due precautions, whatever necessary, be it wearing masks or frequently sanitizing your hands, because as I always say, our health is in our own hands, and prevention is always better than cure. So please keep using this chat box, because this is the only way with which we can interact. Your queries could be resolved. You can interact with our esteemed faculty. You could list down your concerns. So please keep using this chat box, because this is the only way with which we can interact. Let's wait, because we again are sharp on time at 5 o'clock. So let's wait for our friends to join in, because we have professionals across India, be it from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, or from north, from east to west. So let's wait for our friends to join in, because we at Optotax believe to build a community where we all can gather together on one platform, united, and heads towards development and growth, right? So after the successful, we were thinking of what webinar or what series to organize for the empowerment of you all professionals. So we came up with this Future of CA Practice 2.0. Why? Because of two reasons. First, we got a very good response when we 4 months back, when we started with this Future of CA Practice version 1, and so we thought of coming up with this second version. And secondly, considering the pandemic situation and considering the technology, how much technology has impacted our lives in last 1 year or so, we thought that this is the right time to bring upon version 2.0, wherein spreading in 3 days, wherein we will be talking about virtual CFO, audit in digital era, and today's session, which is on about capacity building to technology. Again, the technology has played so much impact on our lives in last 1 year, that everything which always used to we imagine whether it is possible or not, like working from home, it's now has become new normal, right? So please keep using this chat box, keep interacting, and keep raising your concerns and questions, so that faculty could answer. And when at the end of the session you go home, you close rather you shut down your screens, you should be satisfied rather than unanswered, right? So, and with respect to PPT and the recording, we will be providing with your PPT, with the PPT and the recording after the completion of the series, that is probably on Tuesday or Wednesday. So please be patient with us, and you can always go and look out for the insightful webinars which we had done earlier on our YouTube channel, be it on income tax series, income tax returns, or tax audits, or startups, or networking. There are plethora of webinars series which we have conducted through this COVID times, and you can always look out and learn from there, right? So not taking much of the time, let me introduce our faculty for today. Firstly, we welcome you, Vinodh sir, on our platform. It is an honor for us to have you today, though virtually only, but we surely will meet if possible in person sometime. So what to say for him? Vinodh sir is a chartered accountant with over a decade of experience in India, and a passionate teacher and trainer. And he's a partner of Vinodh Kothari and Company Chartered Accountants, Chennai. He's a fellow member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, and has a rich blend of experience in practice for more than 12 years. He's an expert in the field of indirect taxes. Not only that, he's also a visiting faculty at the SIRC of ICAI Department and National Academy of Customs, Excise and Narcotics, Audit General Office, Regional Training Institute. Trainer for Goods and Service Tax by ICAI. He had presented papers in various CPE seminars, colleges, associations on various topics related to indirect taxes, Excels, GST, and student motivation. He had trained more than 15,000 CA students and professionals on GST, Tally, Excel, Google Suite. And he's a president of Association of Chartered Accountants Chennai, committee member of International Chamber of Indirect Tax Professionals. We really welcome you, sir. It's an honor to have you on our platform. And now the stage is yours. You can continue with your deliberation.
Thank you, Tanya, for your wonderful introduction. I'm very glad to join Optotax on this webinar. Very happy to see all the participants. A very warm good evening to all the participants. Being a weekend, that is a Saturday. If so many participants has come, means the learning never stops. And today, learning is very, very important. Every day, the changes are being made. If you see technology, actually, the technology, the way the growth of technology is going, it has become very difficult for us to keep in pace with the technology, but we don't have a choice, whether it is practice or whether it is technology or whether it is GST. Now, addition to technology, GST has created another big changes. Every now and then some notification is coming, suddenly some circulars are coming. So life has becoming very challenging. But in spite of all these challenges, what we see is that technology is helping us a lot. So unless and until we don't take the help of the technology, it will not be easy for us to survive in our practice, whether as a chartered accountant or whether as an accountant or whether as an accounting professional. Today, data has become huge. Earlier, when I was doing my articleship, they used to give me a paper and then give me a calculator, total all the sundry data. I used to calculate at least for 1 or 1.5 months, so many total. Today, my hands have become fixed on my calculator. I never need to look at the calculator. And some 20 years back, chuma for time pass, I went and learned typing because I had holidays, and now that is helping me a lot. So one is learning the technology. Second is your hands working faster on your keyboard. These two things are very, very important. So technologically changes. The way I started my steps in the chartered accountancy course was totally manual. I started somewhere 2 decades ago. There was a typewriter. There was one computer, which we call it as a very old computer. And that was also costing at that time some 80,000 rupees. It was very secure. No one can touch it. So my enthusiasm was more that when I will get to touch that, how I am going to use this. I will tell, no, you should not touch it. So that was the scenario at that point of time. And that point of time, there was no Windows. It was only Doordarshan channel. That is, you open the DOS and then type the command. And now it is OTT channel. So there's a huge difference between the 2 decades before practice and what we are doing today. Right. So the technology has changed a lot. From the paper, we went to the computers. In the computers, it was initially only data entry. You just feed the data, take a printout. Then later on, softwares like Tally came into picture. People started using Tally and some other accounting software. So for another 1 decade, computers were there, but system was not in place. But from last 5 to 10 years, departments also started everything online. That is, from the registration till the cancellation, everything is online. Whether it is income tax, whether it is GST, whether it is customs, or any other site you go, data is huge. Department has so much of huge data. Your AIS and TIS is a Pandora, box of Pandora. Your client is coming and sitting in front of you. Sir, I have only one passbook. You open the AIS, you will see 4 bank accounts. Earlier, we used to have one, when client discussion, he will tell, sir, I'll have only one passbook. After 4 years, one scrutiny will come. Officer will ask me how many bank account he is having. I'll tell, sir, 1. He will tell, your client is lying to you. He has 4 bank accounts. Then I will be shocked. So that was the way things were working on. But today the work is going on instant. You file the return, within 10 days, your input credit is also available online. Within some short span of time, 6 months, 3 months, income tax refund is also working. Someplace it is taking time. So that means what? Technology has gone to the next level. Next level means artificial intelligence. So now we are fighting with the computers, that whether you are intelligent or I am intelligent. Yeah. So that being the case, today's world, future of CA is totally dependent on technology. If you are still not updated, in the next few years, you will be outdated. You don't have a choice. You have to work with the technology. It is part and parcel of your practice. Otherwise, you will unable to practice. I'll tell one example. See, Optotax, I never knew. That is, I had heard the Optotax website, but I never tried it. I was comfortable with what I was doing because I do a lot of research in Excel, Power Query, and do a lot of reportings. And by myself, I create a lot of templates. And we usually file the return using the website. Suddenly, yesterday night, what I thought, okay, let me check what is Optotax. They said, okay, free for professional. We all know Indians, free means first we will go. Okay, so everywhere it is there. Whatever it is, okay, let me try what it is. You will not believe it. I was shocked to see. And I'm regretting why I have not used from last 2 years. My clients immediately, some 100 clients data, immediately I have said, today I have started the works in Optotax and informed my staff that, okay, this way you have to verify all the data is available and it is faster than the GST portal website. So wonderful work, Optotax. This is not for the purpose just because you have brought me here, but really I am very happy to see the portal and the way it works and very, very happy to see it. See, that's what. Technology is there. Certain things, certain limit, everything is free. Beyond certain limit, everything is chargeable. So you cannot expect everything to be free. Today's world, it is a license world. Whether it is a software or hardware, everything is licensed. Unless and until you don't pay, you don't get good service. If you are into small and medium practice, then to certain extent, you may be happy with the minimum range software or the free software. But if you grow beyond a level, as your income increases, you have to invest in the technology. So technology is the key. Future technology with collaboration. So normally when we discuss today, it is very important that two IT should require. One is income tax and another is information technology in any office. Right. So whether you have a CA partner or not, you should have a technology partner. Suddenly something will happen, suddenly power will go, suddenly server will go hang on, suddenly DSE error will come, suddenly some HTML error will come. We don't have that much time to grasp all those technology. We are already preoccupied in all those things. So keeping this as a base. So today's this session on CA practice future 2.0. So I thought, okay, something 2.0 I have to discover and then find out. But then now I found out that, okay, it is second version of the webinar. No problem. Anyway, the content and what is we are going to learn is very important. And they have drafted this future of CA practice very well over the next 3 days. Really a required topic for today. Because in the what they say, during the time of COVID, when lockdown was there, many people were facing this difficulty, though they were having systems, computers, but they were not online. So we'll start the session just with a brief introduction. And thank you all for joining this session. And also I thank Optotax for giving me this opportunity to meet this elite crowd. So hope the PPT is visible and my sound is also good. If anywhere, you feel that you have any doubts, you can just type in the chat box. This is the only way of communication which is happening. It is sometimes I feel it feels very funny that it was earlier, if you go and watch a movie in a cinema, it is offline. And if you go and watch a drama in a theater, it is live. Now the life has become opposite. Offline means you go and watch live, and online means you sit in front of the computer. So things are changing, concepts are changing. We have to go and change with the technology. So 3 things today we are going to see. One is that why there is a need of for the technology to boost our productivity. So certain areas where out of my past 2 decades of experience in the chartered accountancy, overall my multiple offices and my practice level, I'm going to share certain things which may help you. I hope it will help you surely. And then about the documentation parts and the maintenance and certain things about analyticals, which we are going to see today. So first thing, normally, typically, if you go and see today, even for the small and medium size firms, they have a standard setup. One, they will be having some desktop. In the desktop, they keep some servers. Nowadays, at least some offices have updated themselves. So they will have some desktop and server, then server will be connected and they will have a network, LAN, Wi-Fi, and normally they use the Microsoft Word or any other tax software. This is a typical office setup. Now, but in this, lot of changes is required if you want to work today. Today has become work from anywhere. From work from home, it is work from anywhere. So people are even adopting this new terminology from work from home to work from anywhere, and this makes things a lot of easier. Sometimes earlier, if I want to meet my client, I did not have an option. I have to go and meet. But today, using Zoom, we are also meeting. Otherwise, I will take a flight and then travel to some place, then stay. So much time waste is there. So all these technological changes and softwares have improved our life some way, and sometimes it becomes headache also. Sometimes when we do our day-to-day activities and we sit in front of system, we feel intel inside, mental outside. That is the status of somewhere today's technology, when it becomes irritating. But in spite of all these things, technology has to be changed. From the offline, you have to go to online. So some technological changes, that is, you need to make in your office first to adopt the technology. So first is that your data is offline. Even many offices, they have a backup, they have a server, they have a system, but the data can be accessed only in their office. Still, many of them are not having that data backup online or data access online. So because of this offline and online, what happens is multiple backups are created and it leads to a lot of confusion when the work is done. So first system, what you need to make is that your data should be centralized to ensure that time is not wasted in updating the data and retrieving the data. So data system is that is the saving the data procedure is a different aspect, but making your data online is a different aspect. Then second important challenge which we face today is tracking of the various tasks allotted to staff. Today we have so many staff, some 20 staff, 30 staff, 10 staff, or even 5 staff. And today's work in a practicing chartered accountant or any tax professional you see has become so much complicated. Every 10 days, one compliance. So 11th is that GSTR1, then 13th is that IFF, then 20th is that again GSTR3B, 23rd is that again due dates are there, then TDS due date, this due date. Earlier, say 5 years back, if you tell me 31st July and 30th September or 31st October due date of audits, after that 5 months we are happy and we were relaxed. But today, no relaxation. Back to back we have to work. So one is work is continuous. Second is tracking of the work has become little difficult. Unless and until you don't employ these tools or technology tools which will help you to track the work, and then you will not be able to complete the work faster. And today I'll tell you the big challenge why many of them might be facing is that you make one delay in filing the GST return, immediately late fees you have to pay. And certain times client will tell you, I have sent you the data on the 5th, you have not filed, or I have sent you the data on time, you pay the late fees. And if you forget to file it for 1 month or 2 months, and then that is a good client, sometimes we have to pay out of our pocket to maintain that relationship. So these are the challenges which we are facing. So unless and until proper tracking is not done from the start till the work is done, till the online updation, rechecking, because sometimes some staff, what they do, they will come and tell you, sir, I have filed, but they have not filed, or they might have not taken the OTP, or they might have submitted. So all those things are there, troubles we are facing. So some way technology, many softwares are available in the market with to help you with this. Mobile phone is the biggest advantage which we have in this. Using mobile phone, you can track all your activities. Lot of dashboards are there. Lot of softwares are available which you can use it. Next, limited access to licensed software. Today, licensed software has become very costly. So we use those software which are available, or limited softwares are there. But that's what I'm telling, the technology has evolved a lot. Now you don't need to install software itself in your system. Most of the website like Optotax, you just go anywhere, log in, user ID, password, your client's data is there, everything is there, just check, update it. So same way, nowadays, this licensed software, wherever it is, it has become little costly, or we don't pay it for it because maybe of the cost reason or any other reason, or it is not so remunerative for us, but we don't have a choice. In future, today, unless and until you don't take some licensed software like Microsoft Office, it will be difficult for you to work. So you have to be very, very careful. Then from switching to work from home or work from anywhere should be easy. Anytime, anything can happen. This we have learned in the year 2020-21, when the things will stop. So you have to be ready in future that, okay, anytime, anything happens, you should be technology ready. Anywhere, technology, anywhere, your system should be accessed, data should be accessed, work should continue. Because GST return cannot be stopped, IT return cannot be stopped, due date may be extended to certain extent, but not forever. So that is one thing which we need to take care. These are the challenges which we are facing. And next biggest challenge, difficulty in staff communication. Again, this also nowadays we use WhatsApp and groups and lot of things. So if you link this task allocation with the task staff communication like MS Teams or software, this will help you give more productive results. Restricted client meeting is yes, but nowadays because of if you have a proper technology using the online channels, recording it, keeping it, and then again reviewing it, all those things will help you in making you better person. Because today's client, they want instant service. You tell call today, sir, I want to meet you, sir, sorry sir, 2 days I'm busy, 3 days I'm busy. You should be accessible anywhere. That is the demand of the clients, demand of the time. Maybe some level you can postpone it, but not to larger extent. So maybe a Zoom meeting, those updates should be there along with the connectivity to your data. And how to set up efficient tech support. That is what initially I have said, that when you prepare for the technology, apart from an auditor as a partner, you should have someone as a technology wise to support you anytime. So we chartered accountants are having a disciplinary mechanism where we cannot keep any person outside the professional to as a partner. But I'm not telling as a partner, but some support system where anytime they can help you to give you support to overcome this technology problem. Okay, backup part, we will come to queries. Some queries, I'll just complete one part and then I'll come back to queries. Right, so this technology support you must have one. Like they say that earlier times, you should have one friend who is a doctor, you should have one close friend who is an advocate, you should have a close friend who is an chartered accountant, and you should never tell lies to all these three persons. In the older days, this they used to tell, but today you should have another person. You should have an information technology efficient guy with you who is your close friend. Even at night 2 o'clock you call him, he should pick up the call. So these are the challenges which we are facing by the CA's firm. So how to adopt this? See, we all know technology is important. We talk a lot on this. I also discuss with a lot of people, but very few people take interest and then start with it because they are afraid to come out of their comfort zone. Today, we are comfortable in using Excel, comfortable like how I was comfortable in using the GST portal. But when I saw this website, I have changed to this because why? I found a huge time saving. So that is why I have changed. So same thing. First thing is that you should have a proper mindset. That once you change from this to this, initial 2-3 months, you will face the trouble. So you have to plan a proper time when to shift from this method to the online method, adopting the technology properly for your office. Then it is not only the mindset, you should have certain skill set. See, I said that you should have some information technology guy as a partner to you, that is a support system to you. But certain basic skill set you should require to perform some small jobs in the technology area. So even today, in spite of I being in technology and use it to larger extent, daily I see what is new that is available, which can do my work more simpler and save a lot of time. So wherever I get trouble to certain area, certain times available, I can be able to solve. Because many times in technology, I have seen that there will be a one problem. We call the technology guy, he will come after 8 hours, 10 hours, he will come, press one button, and that's it, the problem is solved. For that we have wasted 8 hours. So that is what certain skill set. I don't say that you become an information technology guy, but ensure that certain skill set, certain basics of computers, certain basics of software, you have to ensure that you don't waste your time. So one is mindset, second is the skill set, third is the tool set. So tool set is what the required softwares, the required hardwares, the required connectivity. So your today, the internet speed should be strong. Your backup system should be strong. Your inverter, that is your power system, should be strong. Because if anything fails, 20th is the last date of filing GST return. Correctly at that time, power will go. What will happen? Your UPS will run for only 1 hour. So all these problems we have been facing. So all the required tool set for technology to ensure that at least for some 8 hours, your work is continuing, that you need to ensure. So first mindset, skill set, and the tool set, then only all these systems can be adopted. So why you want to change? Today, everyone wants fast result. So fast results can happen only when you adopt the technology. Only when you find out where you are wasting time, where your staff is wasting time, where is lot of time. I'll tell you, if you analyze your staff work for 1 week, you will understand that almost 30% of the time is wasted in unnecessary activities. I'm not talking about the chat and WhatsApp. While doing the work itself, lot of things are being changed. Simple example, I'll tell you. Like in Excel, some data, if you want to find, let's say the thousands of data, you want to find one number and what is the details for that. So Control F and then you find it some 30 seconds. Same way, if you put a VLOOKUP formula and create one template and just type the VLOOKUP, the number, automatically data will come immediately within seconds. So what takes 15 to 20 seconds is shortened down to 2 or 3 seconds. So this way you need to understand that each and every work, initial 1 or 3 months, if you take, surely your output is going to increase, your efficiency of the staff is going to increase. Then tracking of task has become big challenge. Already I have explained, if you have so many number of clients and then tracking daily, some notice will come or some scrutiny will come or some reply has to be given daily, return filing has to be done on a regular period. So back to back work is there. If you don't have a proper tracking system, it will be very difficult. And you don't, I always, the staff, whatever we tell, how much ever they do, they also have some limitation, understanding some things. So because of this, if 1 or 2 places also they make a mistake, we are responsible to our client. Staff is not responsible. So tracking of task and scheduling has become very, very important. Another important aspect, structured data maintenance is very, very important. Why? Because after 3 years, suddenly you receive a notice. If you are not maintaining the data in a proper manner, then taking the data, retrieving a data will be a big task. If you have 10 computers and 1 server, but your staff is not storing the data in a common place and he is storing it in his own system, you go and ask why you are storing in your own system. He will say, sir, later on I'll copy and paste. He will forget. So you have to be very, very strict on the data maintenance structure. This data has to be stored in this manner, this particular access, so that easy accessibility and sharing can be done. So nowadays, a lot of options and software are also available for this purpose. And this will improve your communication, Improve your data storage, backup security. Nowadays, what the ransomware attacks have been made in many places. One of my clients, they had all these internet, computers, softwares, and all those what they say mesh, and a lot of data where firewalls were there. In spite of that, ransomware attack has happened. So data security is must. Regular backups is must. So you should have a lot of softwares are available for this, for the backup purpose and then security purpose. And this will increase the market value of a firm. Today, everyone is watching you. There was a period when people were very attached to a chartered accountant. Chartered accountants, auditor means they were family members. Nowadays, that attachment has reduced. They don't mind changing it immediately. Even a small service lack, they don't mind changing it. They say that, no, I want work, timely work. One time, two time, they may adjust. But nowadays, that attachment of the client with the auditor has reduced. If you see earlier, the older companies, their auditors will be working for 20 years, 30 years. They are like a family friend. But nowadays, that is coming down slowly. So you have to increase your market value. Then you have to be faster and provide proper timely service and manage your time. So this is why the technology needs to be updated. We will take some 1 or 2 queries here. How to keep track of the GST updates, any software or digital option to insert or include all the changes. Yes, GST updates is a challenge, no doubt, but I regularly go and watch the CBIC website for all the notifications. Manually only I do it. I have tried a lot of some software, but I'm not that much happy with the output. So yes, GST updates, I go only one place because many places some confusion they create. So I go to CBIC website to check whether the notification is issued or not. So that is the way which you can use it. Softwares are available. I am having app, softwares app and all are available. You can use it if you want. But again, that's what you should be knowing that what it is, how you want to use it. So as of now, I don't have in mind regarding this GST update any software. This is one thing. And then someone was asked, okay, how to can we take backup of versions when we are having Google Drive or accessing of data? So backup of versions, in multiple versions of backup, there are softwares available. You can use those softwares for the purpose of backup and then do your version wise backup. So many softwares you can search in Google. I'm unable to remember that software now, the backup software which we use it, where I can define whether I want an incremental backup or daily backup or different types of backups are available. So you can use those software and then link that software that it will automatically take the backup and keep it in your Google Drive folder, which is there in your desktop. So these things you can use. Yeah, one more thing, even Optotax has given this daily updates on GST. That also you can check. Yes, I have not, I will check now, and then I think that this will also be a wonderful thing by Optotax. So this you can check and get your updates regularly. So what are the essential tools required? So you should first need a proper computer system. So computer system is must. Faster system is must. You should not again go in a slow system. This will again degrade your quality and time. We many places I see that the 5 years, 6 years old server they are still using. Data is important. Once in 4 or 5 years, please ensure that you change your hard disk or your data backup method so that your data is safe. And you should have a proper documentation tool. I am not going to talk much on the softwares. For us is that wherever some software is there, important software we are going to see, but those communication tools are available. You can use it and find it out. Some tools I am going to share with it because of the time constraint, little things we are just going on. And then the communication tools. Nowadays, communication tools, Zoom has become very good. MS Teams is there. WebEx is there. So a lot of communication tools and softwares are available. And then you should have a proper office management tool for tasking purpose, for scheduling purpose. Then your productivity tools, which will help you to file the returns and which will help you to manage your data. Those things you can use. Then remote communication software and work specific software. These are the essential tools which are required for managing your office. So unless and until you don't have these tools, it will be a little difficult for you and going in a proper structured manner in the technological update. Next is computer structures, system structure. See, typically I said that one server will be there, server will be connected to the systems and network is there. Nowadays, if you want to change it to the online method, we have online computing which is available. That is called as cloud computing, where access can be done to your data and your system anywhere. So here two methods are there. One is that you make your offline server as an online server with proper firewall and you can access anywhere in the world. But for that, you need to ensure that your server is connected to the UPS, you have the proper softwares, proper antivirus, proper IP address, proper firewalls, and it should be 24 hours on. And if you are not having such system, why? Because to set up a server in your office and make it online, it is not going to be easy. It is going to cost you a lot. Server itself costs from 80,000 to 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh. Then you should have a proper UPS for that. Then you should have a server software for that. You should take a firewall for that. Then you should have the antivirus software. So it is going to cost a lot, somewhere around 2 to 3 lakh rupees you may spend if you want to have a online server in your office. No, initially I don't want, but I want another online server without much of investment. Then you can go for cloud computing. Now, what is cloud computing is whatever server is offline, similar type of servers are available online, like your Microsoft Azure and then your Amazon AWS, where you can go with those software companies and buy a server which will provide you an access to the server remotely. It is like you are using your own system, but your system is not with you. It is in the Amazon website or the Azure website. So various speeds are available, various storage are available. And what is the advantage of these cloud computing option is that your licensed software is available at a minimal cost. All your original Windows server and all those things are available at a minimum cost. You need not invest a lot in buying the original server license and all. So what is the advantage of this offline and online? That is the online server and the offline server. In the offline server, your infrastructure is in-house. That means you need to spend a lot on your IT infrastructure. But in the online method, your server, your data, everything is online. You need only a simple system, maybe a basic level system. The system speed will not define your server speed. The server speed will be different. Your internet speed is very, very important. If your internet speed is good, then even if you have a basic medium size laptop or a desktop, your system will work faster. Why? Because your server speed is higher. So your server is hosted online by the service providers through internet. When you compare the cost involved in your offline system, you have to invest in a lot of money to buy license to some 2-3 lakhs rupees you have to invest. But if you go on an online system, you have to buy this online server in a monthly rental basis, and that too they charge on a hourly basis. So that becomes more economical for you. And again, what you need to worry about in your office is that your Wi-Fi systems and computer systems are working properly with some proper backup. So as you use the cloud computing, the cost will be charged. So if you use for 8 hours, only 8 hours charge. If you use for 12 hours, 12 hours charge. So those options are there. And in the cloud computing, the security is high. Even many banks, many financial institutions, many governmental agencies have their data in the cloud-based system only, in the cloud computing system. It becomes more easier for them to access and more highly secured. It cannot be easily accessed or easily theft can happen in the Amazon and the Azure server. So very rare case it is there, unless and until someone knows the password and he changes the data. That is what is the challenge. Otherwise, if you don't know the password and no access is there, security is very high. Flexibility, you can work anywhere. If you have a tab, even in your mobile, you can open your Tally software or your Excel, Word, Windows, just connect to remote desktop and open your online server, open whatever software, data, clients, tab, anywhere, even in your nowadays smart TV also, you can use it as a computer if you have an online server. Then your backup and recovery, additional options are there where you can take from the service providers like Amazon or Azure. Additional backup will be there, incremental backup, or how do you want according to your size. And software updation also is done by the server people automatically. We don't need to worry about the latest version. So these are what some examples of online cloud computing, Azure or the Amazon or Google Cloud. But Azure and Amazon are very good. I have never tried with this other softwares. These two are the market leaders, Azure and Amazon Web Service. And for us, small and medium size, this is more than enough. So this will be very, very advantageous. But yes, you will have a recurring cost. Now, what is the cost which you will end up? So if you use this server normally and you buy a server online, the approximate cost for some it will be somewhere around 6 to 10,000 rupees. Now the cost has increased a little, so 6 to 10,000 per month. And for medium size of data, it is not actually 20 users, it is 10 to 15 users with 7 GB RAM. And installation can be done within 1 hour. And if you want to try first online, okay, I am not comfortable or I don't know how this server is going to work, 12-month free trial is given, but there will be certain restrictions. You can go by yourself in Microsoft Azure and try to take a free server for 1 year and try all those things to check whether it is comfortable for you or not. And again, implementation and training some 5 days and pay as you use. So this is a better option for you to become more online. Okay, what is the difference between this Google Drive or OneDrive and Microsoft Azure is? See, Google Drive, OneDrive is a data storage option, right? It is not a software in itself. Google Drive and OneDrive help you to store your data in their drive. You go anywhere, you can access. But can you access your software? Say, for example, you are using a Optotax. Optotax is one software which we use for filing our income tax return. Like, so income tax return, we use some software. Whether can you open that in your Google Drive or OneDrive? No. But if you have an online server, that software itself will be installed in online. Or say, for example, Tally. Tally you cannot open from Google Drive or OneDrive. You should have your system. In your system, Tally software should be installed. Only connectivity to the data will be done in the Google Drive or OneDrive. So Google Drive, OneDrive is also good for data storage purpose. But what we are talking is that it is about the access to anywhere of your software data and total data from one place. See, Google Drive and OneDrive, again, the data restriction is limited, but here you use the full system. So some office management tool like Papilio and Cordel, Microsoft Teams and Slacks, these are some software. Now, like Papilio is being developed by a chartered accountant only, and even the committee for the capacity development in CA Institute are giving certain softwares for free of cost for the members with limited applicability or number of clients or number of staff. You can go and check in that capacity building. You can see in the Institute website where Institute is giving many softwares like Papilio for the free of cost for limited period. So you can try this software where you can properly start put your staff data, then which work you are allotting to whom, and they should update the data. You get a proper dashboard, and all these things are organized for a chartered accountant or a tax professional. Or Cordel or Microsoft Team is again for everyone. It is commonly used by many of the organizations, and Slack is also a similar type of software which is international level. And but if you want something related to Indian taste, then you can go for Pepilio or Cordel, which is a very effective and good tool. Now coming for the regarding this electronic documentation and maintenance, that is what we are studying. Data. See, data is become very, very important in today's technological world. Normally I say in my sessions that बेटा झूठ बोल सकता है लेकिन डेटा झूठ नहीं बोल सकता है. So those who don't know Hindi, sun can tell lies. It's just a synchrony. Sun can tell lies, but data will never tell lies. So everything is data. So one, data access should be easy. Data retrieval should be easy. Data maintenance also should be easy. So you should ensure that one method of data storage is you can use the Amazon or all these others. So no, sir, it is little difficult or it is not economical or whatever reasons is that. All those options which commonly are used by many of the professionals is this Google Drive or the OneDrive or Office 365, and newly now Zoho has also come with lots of these softwares. So you can use this methods for the one is storage of data. Second one is that proper storage of data. So you should maintain the data in a proper organized manner where retrieval becomes more easier. Many of them, what they do is they store the data in a scattered manner. So first you need to understand that one other software is there called KDoc, which also helps you in maintaining the data. But what is the difference between these software and KDoc software is that these software, you store the data in your methodology. But when you go for KDoc, it will ask for every data, some field has to be filled. And you should give a link so that while searching, retrieval becomes little easier. So your data maintenance is very, very important. And this structure of saving data should be followed by everyone in your office. I often see that many of them store the data in some common folders or common procedures. So you have to be in a proper structured manner to save the data so that retrieval becomes easier at any point of time. Like we have a common folder, then we create a folder year-wise. In the year-wise, then we create for income tax separate folder, GST separate folder, and all those other activities separate folder. And then for income tax, again for audit statements, TDS, one folder, and then for client-wise. So that easy, next time when I want to go, say for 5 years back, I want to check the data. From past 5 years, 10 to 15 years, same way I am storing the data. I can just go to that year data, go to income tax, go to the audit report folder, retrieve the data. So your data storage is very, very important. And nowadays, many softwares are available where you can scan and keep the documents. Mobile phone is the biggest scanner which we have. Softwares like Zoho and all help you to keep this documentation, and many other softwares are available. Just wherever you go for an audit, just take a scan and link it to that software and give some data links. Automatically it will link to your client file, and then you can retrieve it easily. One more thing, how apart from this data, how I use Google Sheet is that the Google Forms for the purpose of data collection. Like say for example, I want to prepare a partnership deed. For partnership deed, what will I require? I require the partner name, partner address, age, all those details, and the sharing, profit sharing ratio, and some other documents. This one some example I'm telling. So what I do is I have created a Google form. And then what I do is whenever the client tell me that, sir, I want to create a partnership deed. Okay, sir, I will send you a link. Just click on the link and fill the data. So I'll send by WhatsApp my client the details. What will client do? Client will type his name, address, all those details. And then if any attachment is required, PAN card or Aadhaar card or all the documents, everything is attached in that file itself. And then once he sends, he will tell me, okay, sir, I have updated. What I will do immediately from Google form, I have linked that Google form to my Excel. So we can link that option is there. Immediately I refresh the Excel data. My Excel data is linked to the Word file with mail merge, where I have already drafted my partnership deed. So only if I press refresh here and open my Word file and mail merge, within 5 minutes, partnership deed is ready with all the data in place, wherever partner name 1 has to come, 2 has to come, so that this cross match is not there. And then my work is that, okay, review that partnership deed. If any additional terms and conditions has to be done, just change it. This is one example I'm giving how we use Google Suite for even data collection. Even certain places like where work completion is there, we use Google's form. So you can use this Google form or Microsoft Office. There are forms for these purpose to ensure that your data collection. What is the advantage with this Google form is that my data is stored in Google Drive. If I want to say, for example, I can create a similar manner. If someone is telling, sir, I want to take GST number, registration, what are the documents required? Create a Google form, tell them to attach the document. Next time when you want to go, just go to Google Drive, that form and then document are there. You can download it and any point of time, you can do all your work. So this is one example which I am giving. Using these methodologies, you can update your data. And I'll tell you, mail merge is a very wonderful tool. And if you can understand mail merge, many people have learned mail merge. They may, okay, mail merge is this connecting the data, but now everywhere mail merge is working. I'll show you some other examples also of mail merge, how it works in some other software also. And the last one example for document maintenance, file is one online utility which is available, where you just scan your vouchers, automatically it will pick up the data and feed the data for you. So that's what today in technology, artificial intelligence is working. We have softwares where you link the bank account data, automatically your data is downloaded and entries are passed, right? But what happens to entries which the system is not able to understand? It will show as a suspense. Now, what suspense we have to do? We have to go to that software, we look at the narration and all those things and then say, okay, this suspense is for this. Now, how you have identified that and split the data in a proper ledger, it will try to understand from the data available, and next time you will not find the same suspense ledgers. Why? Say, for example, Paytm, telephone is there in your some narration of the bank account and it is showing in suspense. You select telephone. Next time when it sees same wording, it will automatically link. That is called artificial intelligence. In future, today in GST, if turnover is more than 50 crores, then e-invoice is mandatory. In future, next 3 to 4 years or maybe 2 years, we don't know, department will make your e-invoice mandatory for more than 5 crores turnover. Then what will happen? Your software will be linked to your GST portal, and once someone files their e-invoice, automatically your software will pass the purchase entry. So accountants, their job of passing the purchase entry will go off. Bank entry will go off. Only reconciliation or adjustment entries they have to pass. Sales entry, anyway, salesperson will pass. Only adjustment entry work and the cash entry will be there. So technology is going at such a speed. Sorry, the slide has been interchanged. Now we come to the analytical part. Already I have said data is very important. Today, data is huge. Wherever we go, data plays an important role. Okay, someone has some questions have been raised. Okay, how to update ourselves on AI? Sir, AI, we cannot update ourselves. Only one thing is that we should understand how the system is working. See, our work we need not spend on the AI, but surely AI is a competitor for us. So we cannot compete because a lot of softwares, engineers and data and are involved and people behind it. So we cannot compete with AI, but using whenever some technological changes are there, like AI is going to take a lot of our work. We cannot say that, okay, you are taking my work and then we cannot fight. Like how earlier Amazon, when it came to India, many people were opposing it, that no, people are going to Amazon, they are going to buy online, and then the small petty cash will be closed, all those things. It is the world of collaboration. When AI comes, again, new opportunity will come. So for you to update yourself on AI, you have to put some time in understanding how AI works. If you are using a software, how it works, because chances are there that AI may also make a mistake, and that will be rectified over a period of time. So to update ourselves on AI, we cannot become an AI specialist. Then you have to become an information technology guy, specialist in robotics and artificial intelligence. But for our purpose as an accountant or a chartered accountant, we need to understand how AI works. Where are the chances of AI making the mistake? Anywhere there is maybe a mistake. So these things we need to understand the process of the software. See, in accounting, process is similar, same. One, there will be a company. First, in the software, company has to be created, then ledger has to be created, then stock item has to be created, then voucher entry has to be passed, then balance sheet and P&L will come. This process cannot change. So AI will automate this process. So we need to understand the process. Any software you use, just try to understand how it works. That software becomes easy for you, and then you can play with that and get your things work done. So now analytics is a big revenue earner today for most of the professionals, because nowadays compliance is not going to give you revenue. Earlier, if you see many chartered accountants or auditor office, most of them were into the compliance, that is the return filing activities and the scrutiny and the appeals, all those things. But nowadays, everything has become online. There are many software which help you file the income tax return for a peanut cost or a no cost. And they have filed till date millions of return. Then what happened? Where is the work of the chartered accountants? So your return filing work will go away in future. Why? Because your returns, whether GST return or income tax return, will be pre-filled. Now value is whether that pre-filled data is correct or not. That is where our strength should be there. So returns are pre-filled, but how the data is coming in the return, how they are deriving that data. So that is one part of analytics. So that you need to understand from your data to match the data. So nowadays, earlier what we give the value, they analyze and issue a scrutiny letter. Now it is not like this. What value they give, we have to analyze whether it is correct or not, and we have to send a letter, sir, this is wrong, you rectify. Right? So this is what is happening in today's profession. Apart from this, data analyticals has become a very huge work for us. Say for example, GSTR 9. Now, while preparing GSTR 9, so many reconciliation are required. So like softwares like Optotax, where they provide you the GSTR 9 along with the reconciliation of GSTR 1 with the 3B and 2A with the purchases, all those things are there, which many of us do it manually using some Excel techniques, and it takes a lot of time. So these kind of software will help you to do the data analytics. So, but not all the softwares will give analytics of what we require. So one is certain software for fixed purpose, like say for GST, Optotax is there. For some income tax, some other purpose may be there, or for some consultancy, or for preparing some project report or doing some data analysis, you will have different softwares. But as a professional, we need to know certain software to make your data analytics more stronger. Now, what do you mean by data analytics? Now, data analytics is a field of computer that uses mathematics, statistics, and machine learning to find meaningful patterns in data. See, if I give something in a data, it is not easy for you to understand or not easy for your client to understand. So today, presentation is very important for us when we meet the client. They don't want this theory aspect. Sir, in one sheet, you show me what is the position of my company or why my company in profit has been reduced from last year to this year. You show me one sheet. Only and when you know these analytical tools to be used, it becomes more easier to compare and prepare the graphical report or the chart or the data, which gives a lot of impact. One report can give a lot of impact of 1 lakh data or 1 crore data. So what do you need to understand on this, or which types of software you need to learn? So Optotax, already I have discussed about this. Next wonderful software, I will tell you that from past 20 years, I have been using Excel. But only from past 2 to 3 or 4 years only, I have been using Power Query. And I am regretting that why I have never used Power Query for so many years. Power Query in Excel is a wonderful tool which can help you to cleanse your data and then do the analytical. So first is one, how to do the analytical thing. Second is before that, you need to know how to prepare the data for analyticals. So this Excel, okay, is one software which everyone uses it. But are you using the Power Query? Very few are using, very few in numbers. Power Query combined with Power BI is going to be an excellent option. Now, what is Power BI? From your Power Query data in a single page, all those reports. Now you can see this dashboard in the background. These kind of background with multiple data, multiple linked data you can create with the Power BI. So if you want to go work faster, one, you have to be an expert in Excel. In Excel, to the extent that where you are using formulas for creating lot of things, formulas may take again times for you to take. It will take a lot of time, consume a lot of time. But same work can be done using Power Query and Power BI. So I suggest that learn these things, take some time out of your practice and invest some time in the technology to learn daily or at least once in a week. I regularly go every week, go in YouTube to find something what is new, but what is related to our profession. Right. This way only I found out Power Automate, and another Microsoft Office tool, which very few of them are using it. I'll talk about this later, and just first we'll complete this part. So one is Power BI, Power Query, and then idea is again where you have huge data, where you want to analyze the data for some fraud or from identification or from security. That is any kind of investigation. Idea is a data analysis software which has internal reports and internal documentation, internal procedures of all the software to give you the report. I have heard that someone has created one software called an auditor, where you put your audit data, tally. I've never used it, but where you put your tally data or accounts data, it will fully analyze the data and then give you the output along with the audit report in some few minutes. So these kind of software are coming in the market. Next is the Power Automate. Powerful tool than Excel, I'll tell you. What is Power Automate is that from multiple sources you can pick up the data and generate a report. Like today we have like Twitter, WhatsApp or Facebook or email. We get a lot of data, but we don't find time to focus on one data. So in Power Automate, there is a process where you can define the process. You go to my email. Every 1 hour, you go to my email. From my email, these are the email. If it is coming, then send it to me, a reminder, only these email, other email you don't send. So some kind of process. So this Power Automate, what it uses is multiple sources. It will bring it together. You can define own procedures and develop your output. It is not tough to understand Power Automate. You need to take some time, spend some 1 week to understand this, and then you can use. How I use it is that my GST data is there, where I have a master client data, where we provide the proper linking that we are filing monthly returns for them or quarterly returns for them, and their email address and the mobile number, everything. So every month I need to send a email to my client that the due date for filing the GSTR1 is 11th. You please send the data. First reminder, second reminder, third reminder. Then only the client will send the data. Now I have used the Power Automate to create a recurring process that every 3rd of every month, what you do is you create a date. What is the due date? Due date for GST using some formula. Then what you do, you go to my OneDrive. In OneDrive, what I should do, it should go to an Excel. That Excel, what it contains the data of my GST clients, which is uploaded in the Google Drive, and I refresh it. From that data, what I should do? From that data, you pick up the email address. And then what to do? Go to my Gmail. Then log into Gmail. Then you do a mail merge. What? Dear sir. That is, I'll give my client name reference, then the company name, your GST for the month, where I have already created a formula. So a personalized email I'm able to create from Power Automate and send it to my clients without me interfering daily. That is from the past, I think almost 1 year, I have never sent a client reminder manually. Everything is taken care by my Power Automate process. I have defined my process. Some monthly, some 3 to 4 email goes to my client. So this is one example I'm telling. So this way you can use at multiple places. We have to understand where it can be useful for us and how we can use it to the maximum potential. So technology, when it comes, person can guide you how to use it, what to use it, but you are only the best person to understand it as per your requirement. There is no ready-made thing which will help you. Everywhere certain customization is required. Though ready-made software are available, certain places, certain customization we have to do as per our requirement and as per our need. So this is what in an overall nutshell which we have planned for today's session, to make you understand about the technological importance and certain software. So we will take some queries, what you have. Yes, Power Query is part of Excel. You are correct. Yes, YouTube link is available for this. You can go and check in the, even in the Optotax website, they will have this link of the past webinars, or even the Optotax has a YouTube page where you will have all those videos. So hope I have been able to help you out to make you understand the technological importance of a practicing firm, where it takes a lot of efforts. So you need to put some efforts. If you are still sitting that, no, I am comfortable with using Excel. And again, Excel, many people till now, they are using this 2006 version. So you have to be updated with the softwares. And I hope this session will be useful for you. In case of any doubts, you can ask me now. I will be very happy to clarify your doubts. Okay,
So
details about Power Query.
Yeah.
Madam, 1 minute. One query is there. I'll provide this query. Yeah, details about this Power Query. What is Power Query? I'll tell you simple. See, any data, what we do, whenever we get a data from our client, say one data is there, you get a data of input tax credit ledgers in Excel. So what we do, first we do a process of what? We do some process of cleaning. That is, which data is necessary, which data is unnecessary. We remove some rows, we filter some rows, we add some rows, we do some formula and then create some rows and then prepare our final data with that. So this is a process. Every process is a step. Say for example, whenever an Excel data is there, say for example, there is somewhere called an invoice number. In invoice number, if anything is blank, you don't want that data. So what you do normally, you go to filter, select on the filter, and then we will remove blank. Then you go to that GST number. If in the input tax credit ledger, party GST number is not there, then that also you remove it. So you go to again filter, then you select the blank, and then only those parties with the GST number will come. Then you do that, you find that the input ledger, CGST input ledger is percentage wise, 18% one ledger, 28% one ledger, 5% one ledger. Then what you do, you put a formula, input tax, add all those things and then put the formula. So this is each and every step. Now, same data comes to you for every month 12 times. And what you do every month, same process you do. You filter, select, blank, unblank, add, do the formula. So to simplify this, what you do is you take this data into Power Query, do all these steps. These steps will be recorded automatically, and then you will get the output. Next time, whenever you get the data, just to change the data and refresh, all these workings will done automatically, and you will get the same output. But the data should be the same, the header and all should be done. This is one level I'm talking. Same way, if you get multiple data, say for example, your client is having 4 or 5 branches, and he's sending you the ledgers separately. You need to consolidate those ledgers, and then you want to find out the report. Same thing, what you do, get the data, one branch, one data in Power Query, branch 2 data in Power Query, branch 4 data, branch 5 data, all the data you get, do all the cleansing, then you merge everything, and then you do the report. So by Power Query, what happens is your data work is simplified. Whatever process you want to define, you define in Power Query. Your base data you change, refresh it, all the workings will be done. Like I have created one utility in Excel for mapping of the GSTR 2A with the tally data. So how I have done is same manner. I first export all the duties and taxes ledger in a columnar format to Excel. Then what happens? I have created a Power Query where it will remove all the duplicate vouchers, then find out all these processing. Then I add the 2A data, then first mix the, do the mapping with the GST number, and then it will tell me immediately in the fifth process that what is missing in GSTR 2A, what is missing in my purchase ledger, all those data will be done. So one time I need to sit on that and work. Next time only data source I need to change, automatically these data will be updated. So this is about a brief idea about Power Query. Any other doubts you can ask? Okay, pricing of Power Query. Okay, Power Query is part of Excel, but Power Automate is part of Office 365. Now, Office 365, you have a business user version where it costs you somewhere around 600 rupees plus GST. I think I pay monthly some 770 rupees, where 5 or 6 users can use this Power Query. So 5 or 6 users can use Office 365 original in the desktop version. Along with that, online version of Power Automate is available. So monthly somewhere you have to spend some 770 rupees and you can use this Power Automate. Initially it will be little. I have learned the Power Automate process from the YouTube video only. I'm also planning some video on how to generate this reminder emails to our customers, either for billing or in Power Query. If maybe it will take some 1 or 2 months time. If anything is there, I'll share. You can search in the YouTube. But initially, I don't have any videos. I'm planning because a lot of people are asking how this Power Automate works. So everything, mostly international people only do it. Indian version, very few people are doing. But for chartered accountant professional, I have never seen anyone using Power Automate. Right? Thank you very much. Thank you, Optotax. I will share the PPT with the Optotax. They will share it with all the participants. I thank everyone for this wonderful evening, joining with us and getting yourself enriched with the technological knowledge. More than getting the knowledge, action is more important. So spend some time, some 1 or 2 hours in a day. Sorry, not 1 or 2 hours, practically not, at least some 2-3 hours in a week to get the update about the technology and what is the latest trend available, where your office, you are wasting time. Some time you will spend. Surely, I'll tell you, I myself have seen this. From last 2-3 years, I'm focusing more on where I can save the work. In this GSTR 9 utilities and all, my utility which I have created, now I see in the Optotax is similar to what they have created. So when we work, automatically things comes into picture. So use this. Have a happy weekend and my best wishes for your future and professional career. And you grow a lot with technology and earn a lot. Thank you very much. Thank you, Optotax, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir. And adding to what you said, it's like there's a story, na, sharpen your axes so that you could just perform well. Technology is like that only. Sharp your technology and your practice will go as smooth as you won't even imagine. So completely, like, there is so much to learn in today's world. Like, technology has just taken a toss on us. So it is now it is now a necessity. We don't have any option to step back from without using it. Be it anything, everything is had become just digitized and virtual. Even we are interacting virtually only. So it was a very wonderful session, sir. And people have professionals have enjoyed thoroughly, and they were asking questions, and there is so much to learn from you that once I'll also contact you and think will inculcate some of the options in Optotax as well. So thank you so much, sir, for taking out time and enlightening us with your insightful words and wisdom. We surely will connect once again, and we'll be listening to you on GST as well soon. So thank you all the professionals for taking your time out. Please take due precautions, whatever necessary. And see you tomorrow, same time, 5 p.m. on 5 p.m. on virtual CFO, which will be taken by Raksha Agrawal. And see you tomorrow. Stay safe and a happy weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.